When the sails cut across the horizon, it wasn't just maps that defined destinies, it was the weapons on board that decided who survived, who plundered, and who ruled entire trade routes. In this video, you'll discover the most influential tools of the 16th to 18th centuries. From elegant blades to explosives that turned harbors into chaos. Get ready! This is the story of power, told through the sound of metal and gunpowder. Ships from the 16th to the 18th centuries were like floating societies. Trade, war, and politics all met on deck. The weapons they carried determined battle strategies, control of shipping lanes, and the fate of colonial empires. At the height of the Age of Sail, European fleets operated globally with armed vessels ranging from small frigates to massive galleons. This naval militarization was central to establishing and maintaining maritime empires. Modern marine archaeology has uncovered hundreds of shipwrecks from this period, many of which preserve weapons and ammunition. These finds confirm the incredible diversity of armaments on board and the sheer intensity of naval combat. Now, let's move from the heat of the deck to the shadows of the arsenal. Here are the weapons that defined the Age of Sail explained simply, covering what they did, how they were used, and why they were so important. First up, the rapier. This was the weapon of the officer and the duelist. A long, thin, and pointed blade. It was designed for precise thrusting. It was a status symbol, a sign of formal training and nobility. On board a ship, it was used in personal duels and in close quarters combat, especially in tight corridors. Rapiers are frequently found in European museum collections and in conservation reports from shipwrecks, highlighting their prevalence among the higher ranks. Next, the arquebus. This was the roar that announced the arrival of gunpowder. It was a matchlock firearm, relatively heavy, with a slow reload, but it fired a large, lethal projectile. Its psychological effect, the deafening noise and clouds of smoke, was often more useful than its accuracy. It was used for intimidating shots before close quarters fighting began and for breaking up enemy formations during coastal assaults. Historical accounts describe how the shock and awe of the arquebus caused panic among populations who had never encountered gunpowder before. Third on our list is the boarding axe. This was both a deadly weapon and a utilitarian tool. It was a short axe with a broad blade, equally good for combat and for practical tasks like cutting ropes or breaking down doors. It was a favorite among pirates because it was versatile, effective in close quarters brawls on deck, and incredibly easy to maintain. It was the multi-tool of the golden age of piracy. Now, for something more explosive, the clay pot grenade. Think of it as a rudimentary but desperate bomb. These were simple ceramic pots filled with gunpowder and shrapnel, with a fuse that was lit just before throw. They were used in attacks on confined spaces like ship cabins or forts, creating a deadly spray of fragments, fire, and panic. Their psychological impact made them a popular choice during sieges and boarding actions. Moving on to the matchlock musket. This was the portable artillery of its time. It was heavy, weighing between 6 to 8 kilograms, and fired by a slow-burning match. It was notoriously inaccurate and very susceptible to damp conditions, which was a huge problem at sea. However, its heavy projectiles could be devastating. Muskets were often used from elevated positions on the ship, like the masts or rigging, to fire down onto enemy decks or at troops on land. Their slow rate of fire required disciplined formations and coordination to be truly effective. Then we have the cutlass, the iconic sword of the pirate. It was a short, curved sword with a thick blade designed for powerful, quick cuts. Its design was perfect for the chaotic, cramped fighting spaces on a ship's deck. It was also more resistant to rust and easier to maintain than finer blades, making it ideal for the harsh marine environment. Its aggressive appearance alone was a tool of intimidation. Finally, the hand grenade. This was shore-trained terror. It was a metal or ceramic sphere filled with gunpowder and fragments, with a fuse lit before throwing. It was used to clear out cabins, so confusion before a boarding party stormed a ship and create chaos among enemy crew. Using them effectively required specially trained soldiers known as grenadiers who had the courage and skill to handle these small, unstable explosives. These were just a few of the instruments that turned the age of sail into an era of conquest and conflict. From the southern seas to the northern ports, the sound of steel and gunpowder defined trade routes, built and broke empires, and shaped the very course of history. The power of these weapons changed the world, and humanity would never be the same again. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.